This video contains some excellent news for Cardano investors. It appears that the Vasil hard fork is just around the corner. I'll go through the data right here that demonstrates that the versatile hard fork will actually happen very, very soon. We'll go through the precise dates right here, and then we'll discuss some additional requirements for the actual hard fork to take place. That is what this video will cover. First and foremost, we require 75% of nodes to have upgraded to the 135.3 node version in order for the Vasil hard fork to really succeed. When that occurs, we can also begin new projects. Therefore, as you can see, we are essentially using their Write Blocks protocol version 77% on 135.3 and their nodes reporting version, which is again 74%. Therefore, a lot has changed since I last updated this. That was perhaps a few days ago in the secret Discord groups. It was roughly 58%, 65%, then 75 or 74% right here over the weekend a few days later. That's terrific, so much the better. The other things that must be done at this time include a 75% improvement from Charles Hoskinson himself to 135.3 at the very least. Well, as you can see, we're already there. What else has to occur at this point? Nance and the other exchanges that conduct the biggest business also need to elevate the big 3 to 5 exchanges. The other exchanges will certainly be required to upgrade once they are in place. Additionally, the major dApps on Cardano at the moment should ensure that they support it as well, which, based on what I've heard, they all do. Charles Hoskinson himself has stated that the idea will surface somewhere in September, which is a highly interesting month because it falls on the 15th. I really thought that ADA would find out about this before then so that they might also have, perhaps, a week or so of good news. As you can see, Hoskinson predicted that the hard fork would happen in September. Everyone in line must prepare for a sequence of events because there isn't just one. The exchanges are eventually upgraded when the nodes are upgraded. Once the state pools and node operators have approved everything, it will take place. The exchanges need to be brought on board since, according to Nance, they are now upgrading by volume. He continued, normally what happens is you have a tremendous rush and people push through once a hard fork date is published, but we are very, very close, as demonstrated here. Since we've already reached 75% of the required amount, all that's left to do is cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Once the top 3 to 5 cryptocurrency exchanges have upgraded, a hard fork date will be set. At that point, the remaining exchanges will feel the urgency to begin upgrading, which is really difficult to achieve without giving them a little push. Though we aren't nearly at the finish line, everything appears to be in order. I'll also show you this Charles video clip. If you look at our checklist, which Nigel recently posted, he stated that there are no downstream components at moment. 35 in this release, 3 is released together with DB Sync 1304 and Wallet Back. Release of Rosetta. Token registry is complete, as well as the serialization library. Omigos, get set. Explorers are ready for GraphQL, downstream parts that the Deadless made available to customers. This is not the SPS, but it is for you guys instead, 135 according to Nance, who reports that they are now upgrading by volume. I believe they make up around 30% of the Cardano trade volume, 3 are anticipated on the 31st. Therefore, it is likely that a hard fork date will be set after we reach the golden 30, when 75% of STOs and 3 to 5 of the largest exchanges by volume are upgraded, and we are in the process of doing so. The other exchanges start updating the nodes as a result of their increased sense of urgency. Now all that needs to be done is put everything else in place gradually. Really good news, then. Additionally, it aligns with the Ethereum fusion, which is excellent timing. You couldn't have scheduled it any better yourself. However, Cardano has had a particularly difficult time with these updates. These are some of the scripts that will actually appear in steps 31, 32, and 33, as you can see. Therefore, they all fundamentally aim to boost Cardano's data throughput. These must take place before many of the apps that haven't launched yet and are kind of itching to do so can. Many of the newly released apps are lending protocols, which are crucial components of an ecosystem. Therefore, consider loan out various stable coins because it will boost TVL and user numbers. For Cardano, all of this is wonderful news. Excellent news indeed. I also anticipate that there will be a lot of news and announcements following the upgrade. Therefore, it's not only this upgrade makes a lot more apps possible. And that is what Cardano is worth. What would it have if applications weren't made? That's great news for me because the macroeconomic situation is dire right now, which is bad news for the price. You have no control over it, therefore that is what it is. And Cardano is only one component of that. As you can see, it simply follows the market's general ups and downs. I believe that many of these changes, including the vessel hard fork and even the theory that is emerging, are quite significant. But these would be going totally crazy if we were in a bull market. However, having certain prices that are a little bit more normal is actually better for me as a long-term investor because things were before spiraling out of control. They have since become increasingly typical. And because I know what's coming, it's far better for me to invest now. And at least with the pricing, I can genuinely say, you know what, I'm pleased to get in at these levels. As you can see, the price of ADA has essentially been in a bottoming down phase since approximately May, so we took the low here at around 40 cents. And we've already touched it twice. In fact, we're getting close to the bottom once again. In light of this, I would conclude that this is just a phase of consolidation for long-term investors, as indicated by the green box here. When the news about the merge or the vassal hard forks is released, there may be a slight pump, but it won't be anything like what you would experience in a bull market. Now, if you're a short-term trader, you can see these kinds of huge movements up and you can make some really good money short-term, but that's not really what I am. Due to the horrible macro switch, I am trading on the short term, therefore the macro scenario does not, in my opinion, have a decent risk-to-reward ratio. So for me, receiving long-term ADA at this level is fantastic news and makes me pleased. However, the climate is not really favorable for type of placing any, long bets when it comes to short-term trading. That is, in my opinion, something extra, though, I'm actually interested in what apps are launching and what use cases are available, not simply the adaptable hard fork. You can see that IOHK is working with MKR or the final manufacturer directly in this instance. A new minting application for a new NFT or ecosystem will make it simple for everyone to mint and interact with NFTs. It was NFT Maker before. This, in my opinion, is quite significant. Something that could be honored is always focused on not just being some sort of random crypto project, but actually integrating it with the real world they call RealFi, the kind of mix between real-world applications and banking and mixing that with ADA just to make it, better, more efficient. Therefore, a new fiat payment option called FT now allows customers to pay with both fiat money and digital money. This is quite significant because, clearly, Canada would benefit greatly if people were able to easily manufacture their own national football team, NFT, cards by, simply dragging and dropping or clicking a few items. I'm very glad that this kind of thing is taking place. Integrating with fiat payment methods is also quite crucial. Because they aren't investors, most people don't want to deal with cryptocurrencies or hold significant amounts of them, but they do want to invest in NFT to make a bid for their little business or something similar. Consider it to be quite important, and I hope to hear a lot more news of this nature in the future. If you want to follow my study, enroll in my course for cryptocurrency investors. I give existing users free access to all of my research videos and most recent research on that website. If you want access to the secret Discord group with all of the other members who are also crypto investors, as well as some of those investing videos, look at that link in the description below. I'm James with Money CG. Thanks for viewing, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll leave that linked in the description.